Hello and welcome back to the channel, everyone. I am Pocket, and in this video series we have been attempting to go for the 0.1% title in Mythic Plus Dungeons. But before we jump into this, I did just want to give out a shout out to you guys. We did just hit 500 subscribers on YouTube, which is massive for me as just a small tiny little YouTube content creator, Twitch streamer that I am. So feels really good. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching the videos, leaving comments, stuff like that. So thank you guys so much, and hopefully here's to many more to come as we continue to start producing videos and stuff like that. So thanks guys, I really do appreciate your support. All right, so I am just gonna cut straight to the chase by saying that we unfortunately are ending the challenge. So for those of you that thought I wouldn't be able to make it, well, yep, you were right. We did not make it. But for those that thought I was going to, I really appreciate the support and the confidence and the hope that I'd be able to make it. But again, unfortunately, we're gonna have to stop. But before you go, I do want to talk about why, and then also kind of share with you guys my experience and what we can do differently when we attempt it in the future for season 1 of The War Within, because obviously we're going to. So first and foremost, we are stopping mainly because of the queue times. I feel like most people are kind of done playing retail. We're in season 4. There's not a whole lot going on, and so there's not a lot of people playing. Not that there's that many people playing retail anyways, but there's not a lot of people in queue running these higher keys to get into them. I would go on and check to see kind of what keys were posted, and a lot of the times there wasn't any keys posted above even a plus 12. So not only do we have troubles getting into keys, but there's just no keys to get into to begin with. Second, yeah, we're playing Holy Paladin. There's not a single person in the world that wants to take a Holy Paladin. It's very unfortunate. I did not know Holy Paladin was going to be just complete utter garbage compared to some of the other healers we have for season 4, but it is what it is. However, I have had a ton of fun playing it. It's still one of my favorite classes, but it is just, you know, it's not very good right now, and that happens. So even when we could find a key that would give us IO points, obviously we queue up for it and no one will take us. I have sat queuing up for keys for, 10, 20, 30 minutes at a time, and nobody will accept us. So I would just rather play the game than try to, just sit in queue all day. And then another reason too, we were pretty consistent with a group of people that we were playing with, but they too have kind of gotten fed up with season 4 and aren't playing anymore, so we don't really have anybody to play with either. So unless there are any of you looking for a Holy Paladin for your team, which I'm assuming you're not, we can't really go any further. So we did end up finishing our final score with a 3184 Raider IO. And it is the highest I have ever gone in any season, so that feels pretty good too. So we didn't make it all the way, but we made a new personal record, and we're gonna beat that next season. So to talk about the overall experience, it was honestly super fun. This is some of the most fun I've ever had pushing keys, is doing this higher, more difficult level dungeons. You learn to play your class so well, you learn the ins and outs and all the cool little things that you can do in the dungeons. You meet a lot of cool people along the way as well. So by far, really, really great experience. But, obviously we ran into some toxic players along the way, but, that happens in any level key that you're doing. So moving into the War Within, I'm still not exactly sure what class I was going to play. I personally just kind of wanted to stick with Holy Paladin just because I wanted to play one character and I didn't want to constantly swap in between characters to follow the meta. But unfortunately, guys, I think in order to actually get somewhere with getting title, like, you're gonna have to play the meta. And if I had like a legitimate 5-man team that we would get on and play this game like a raid time, where you every Tuesday we're gonna get on at this time and play, it would be possible to do it with an off meta spec, or not necessarily the worst spec, but just not the meta spec. It would definitely be possible. However, I don't have that. We spend a lot of the times pugging, or we pug with like 1 or 2 other people. So playing the best spec, playing the meta spec, unfortunately, is probably what we're gonna have to do to even compete. I have been looking into the healers for the War Within and kind of seeing what is going to be best. Still not 100% sure, but we're going to figure it out eventually, and we're going to be playing whatever the #1 meta class is. And then probably swap healers every single season, because it's probably going to change every season. It's really, really obnoxious, actually, but you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. The biggest issue I have with constantly swapping to a different class or character is basically like I don't just do Mythic Plus, like I enjoy other aspects and stuff. So when you're farming different reputations and stuff like that, I hate how you have to start back from 0. So hopefully the War Within with their alts and everything's shared, hopefully that's different and swapping characters will feel a lot better. And if it is, honestly, there's not really a downfall to it. So with the new systems and account sharing kind of stuff, hopefully swapping characters is going to feel a lot better, and you don't have to grind reputations constantly on different characters. All right, guys, I don't want to make this a big, long, drawn-out video or anything, so thank you guys so much for the support. We will still have plenty of content on the way. We just won't be really pushing high keys on the Paladin. Maybe 1 or 2 here and there, but for the most part, we are done with the challenge. And special thanks to those guys who always hop into Twitch while I'm playing. It's always a blast to have you guys in there. So follow along on Twitch as well, where we play WoW live constantly and some other games here and there as well. All right, guys, much love, and we'll see you soon.